Mike Bohn here on UFC X Radio Row with Laura Sanko. And Laura, I saw you walking by as the Canadian. I'm like, you're wearing a Canadian tuxedo right now.
For you, Mike. I did it for you.
Yeah,
I'm going to be talking to Mike Bohn. Can I show it off a second? Okay, I don't want to trip on the cord here. It is indeed a one-piece, all denim affair.
Looks fantastic.
Thank you. I kind of feel like a mechanic, but it's what worked.
What's it like being here with all the fans? I know, like you love to get back. You love to embrace the fans. This is as big as it gets for that type of stuff.
To be honest with you, and I would love to act like I have been here before. I've been to the expo many times, but in terms of this is the first year where I have people like Laura, and it's weird. It's awesome. It's awesome, and it's really cool to I never set out to be, I will call it mildly known in a very niche market. I don't use the F word. That was just never something that was on my mind. But it's really cool to see people appreciate what I do.
Have you noticed like a turning point, and did that come when you started doing the commentary?
Yeah, the commentary for sure, but to be honest, and I really didn't expect this, I think the weigh-in show did more than I realized. Of course, Contender Series was a huge bump, and a lot of people think that that's where I started, and it's not. So that was a big bump. And then I think when they put me on the weigh-in show, not as a host, and people figured out that like, oh, she's there, but she's not hosting it, like she actually has things to say, I think that changed a lot of people, and just creating that rivalry with DC was very intentional on my part, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, you guys get to show so much personality on there. Like it's a really great time, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, my original core job of being a backstage reporter, for whether it was when we were on Fox or for ESPN, that's not what I'm best at. It was hard for me. I didn't go to school for it. I'm not always the most polished on-camera presence, I guess. I'll leave that to the Megan O'Leary's of the world, the Jon Aniks of the world. They're amazing. So the weigh-in show, I feel like, was the first time people go, oh, like she has a personality, because I'm sure I looked mildly uncomfortable in a lot of the stuff I was doing before. Yeah.
How has it been? We talked about this for so long, like, doing the commentary, you were so driven for that goal, and now it's happened, and you're like multiple shows deep and everything. Is it everything you thought it would be? Is there stuff you didn't expect? How would you assess it?
Oh man, it is everything I thought it would be. I love it so much. I think, and I can understand why. I think there was maybe a contingent of people that thought I only did it because it was the Road to UFC finale, and I had been calling all of the Road to UFC fights. So really, it was like the second, third, fourth show where people were like, "Oh wow, she's like actually doing this. She's in the rotation." I love it so much, and I'm learning on the job. I've got a lot of growing to do, but I feel really good about the moments where I'm able to, maybe see something or explain something in a way that it's not always done or isn't being done in the moment. A lot of learning to deal with like different personalities, whether it's Bisping or I haven't called a fight night yet with DC, but we call Contender Series fights together, and Paul, and like it's almost like it's like hitting pads with someone or like dancing with someone. At first, you got to kind of figure out the other person's rhythm and how they work and stuff. So I'm still learning there, but I love it so much, so much.
I saw Anik say he's really looking forward to working with you eventually too.
Yeah. I think I really look forward to the day where I can sit alongside him, because that's when I was, trying to manifest this moment or that moment, and I manifested this moment too. No, when I was trying to manifest that moment, it was definitely Anik, in the vision. So hopefully we can make that happen soon.
And I'm sure Rogan's on the bucket list as well.
Oh, of course he is. The thing is though that like, I don't know that they would ever put us together. Maybe they would, but I don't know if they would. And Joe doesn't do the internationals, which if I had to guess, that probably would be where they would put me first, but who knows? Yeah.
We'll see. It'll happen in time. We'll manifest it once again.
Yeah, yes.
Do you dream of, we had the Hall of Fame induction ceremony last night, like Robbie Lawler versus Roy McDowell. Is it like a dream of yours to be like, I want to call like a Hall of Fame fight one day? And you never know what's going to happen. People step in there, you don't know what the fight's going to play out like, but I imagine you're going to have something special like that eventually.
Of course. I mean, those milestones kind of creep up, and when you see someone like Jon Anik, who I think has had Hall of Fame worthy calls, that is not the cloth from which he is cut.
So good.
that's a moment. And to own, like, I think that's what it is, to own a moment of this great sport and its amazing history forever, I think is what we're all after in a way, whether it's, you know, journalists like yourself or people, you know, talent, or obviously the fighters, that's what they're after. Just to have a little piece of the game that won't go away because it was so impactful at the time, you know?
Is there pressure, like when you go in, or do you kind of just like let your mind go when you're calling these fights and like do it, or do you feel like a certain pressure, like I need to call it this way, or I need to do it that way?
Yeah, I'm not quite 100% relaxed in there yet, and I think it just kind of depends. Like I said, it's like dancing. Like, for instance, when I call fights with Paul Felder, it's for whatever reason, he and I are seamless, and it's just super easy. Bisping is such a huge personality that I have a little bit harder time sometimes, like figuring out how to not step on his toes or vice versa. But he also, like, he ups my game in a way that you know, that nobody else does. So I'm fortunate that I've had I think all of my fight nights so far have been with him. In fact, did I call him with Paul? I honestly can't remember.
I don't know if you've done a fight night. I think just the Contender Series, right?
Yeah. Just the Contender Series with Paul.
Just starting up soon again, right? Are you still going to be doing all that?
I am. For the first time ever, I will be missing 2 in a row, but for a very good reason.
Care to share?
I have no official statement to make. I'll be. I've got some other UFC business that just is schedule-wise. I can't be 2 places at one time. It's halfway across the other world, but a really exciting opportunity. So.
Yeah, that's cool. And last thing, by the time most people see this, UFC 290 will probably be behind us.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, like, beyond that, what are you most excited for the rest of this year? Whether it's a fight, an event, something beyond UFC 290.
I mean, it's kind of a casual answer, but I'm always going to be excited to see what happens next with Jon Jones. Always. I think, you know, we really just got an amuse-bouche of his skill set, right, at heavyweight. And to be honest with you, it's who knows what he really looks like at heavyweight. How long was that fight? 30 seconds?
Yeah, like a minute or 2.
Yeah, and most of it was just him on top grappling. So we don't know what Jon Jones looks like as a striker at heavyweight. The fact is we have no idea. And there were brief moments where he moved differently than he did at light heavyweight. Now, they're glimpses, and I'm stretching here a little bit, but point being, I'm really excited and anxious to see a slightly longer fight from him.
Do you think Stipe is the one that like brings out his full potential? You know, it seems like for his legacy, obviously that's the best fight, but like, is it the biggest challenge in the heavyweight division? That could maybe be debated.
That could maybe be debated. I like it because of the first thing you said. I think it will bring out all of his full skill set, which is what is so fun about watching him fight, is that he's so dangerous in every facet of the game, and he's such a tremendous fight IQ. But someone like Pavlovich, I mean, that guy's scary. That guy is scary.
All right,
Real scary.
Yeah, we'll leave it there, Laura. Keep killing it, doing a great job. You're always around and always so generous with your time, so appreciate it. Keep it up.
Thanks. Appreciate you.